Welcome back to another episode of Weymouth to the World, where I have to get stuck straight into boat jobs as soon as I get to Barbados. I make my way south down to a lovely little anchorage on the west coast. I go to one of my favourite surf spots on the island and finally have a surf that I've been waiting for a year and a half. And Maddie returns to the boat, where we set sail for St. Lucia, where I say goodbye to the boat for a few weeks.
Hey guys, before this episode starts, I have to apologise for the quality of some of it. The GoPro broke. I've had to buy an action camera, which let's just say is definitely not a GoPro. Footage is a bit shaky. The audio isn't the best. Hopefully when I get back to the UK at some point, I will buy another GoPro. I couldn't get one on the island. So apologies for the quality of some of this episode, visual and audio. It is what it is.
First morning in Barbados at anchor, I am met with a squall, one of many. It's just that time of year, I'm afraid. But I was excited to get into the marina and get checked in. First things first, boat job. The night before, the windlass had stopped working. On inspection in the morning, I'd seen that the wiring had corroded, so I got in and reconnected the wires. Hopefully this will work.
Moment of truth. Let's see what my electrical skills are like now. No, dead. We've just been trying to find fuses and all the rest of it. What it turns out is I've got a little breaker. You press the button and a little flag thing pops out. That's it, that's the fuse popped. What I've done is I disconnected him while I was working on it. I popped the little flag, so what I've done is I've just popped him back out and pushed him in hard to make that connection, and we're working, so my wiring skills weren't dodgy. We're waiting for this squall to go. I'm going to get onto the marina now, make sure they're ready for us, get some lines and fenders ready, and get alongside and check in. Checked in the dock. That was not a pretty dock at all. Probably the worst docking I've had. The wind got hold of the bow, nearly ended up on that boat. Yeah, quite embarrassing really. However, I've checked in. Quarantine flags coming down. Barbados flag going up.
Another job was to clean all the lines that have been sat around on deck for ages. Some washing powder goes into a bucket of salt water. Get the lines, throw them in, give them a good mush around to get any dirt that's been sat on the deck off the lines, and then get some fresh to give them a nice clean.
Another boat job. On passage across the Atlantic, I noticed that there was water coming into my bilge. It was salt water, really salty water, which made me panic. But what it was there was a leak. I checked all of my water maker. So salt water comes in through underneath this floorboard here. I won't get it up. Underneath it comes in, goes through some filters which are underneath that little seating area there, through the pump into the water machine. It uses its membrane to pump fresh water out into my tank, and then the brine, the really salty water, then comes through the floor. Well, not through the floor, through a tube in the floor, and then out the kitchen. I plumbed it into the kitchen sink outlet, and a fitting was, I managed to locate it. I thought it was the whole body itself might have been goosed, but luckily all it was there's a fitting on the end here. There's actually it's actually a quarter turn valve. I have had to take the handle off to unscrew it to get it off there. So I've put some PTFE tape on, and hopefully I'll give this a little clean up, and hopefully that will be a problem solved. Another boat job jobbed. I got a car. Now let's go try find some surf. Just had a surf. First surf in like a year and a half. I didn't film it because I thought I'd embarrass myself, and I was 100% correct. I surfed like what you call a kook. Now a kook is a brand new surfer, and that's exactly what I surf like. But I had fun, it was great. However, I mean, you know, they always say a workman blames his tools. I forgot the centre fin. So it was like I was surfing on an ironing board. It was very skitty, but it was still fun. I was in the surf. First bit of surf I've had, yeah, like it must be a year and a half. My shoulder, because I've had a shoulder injury, that started to tweak a little bit. yeah, but it was great. Now I'm heading further south in the island to go and see my mate Mikey. Mikey taught me to surf like 12 years ago. He was one of the people who taught me to surf. He worked for this dive company, for this surf company. That yeah, so I'm heading down his now. It'd be great to catch up with him. I haven't seen him in a few years, so I'm going to sleep well tonight, I know that much. And I forgot my rash vest, so I'm probably seriously burnt. I threw some Factor 50 on before I went in the water, but that probably washed off straight away. So yeah, I've got surfboard rub on my stomach, sunburn, sore shoulders. Why do I love it? I don't know, but I do. Good morning. It's early. The reason I'm up early is because I wanted to get the boat off the dock before the winds pick up. There's big winds yesterday and today. I didn't leave yesterday. I fancied a bit of a chill anyway. So I'm going to head out. The anchorage is, I need to come out, I need to miss these end of the docks, and there's the anchorage with the masts in. I need to try and find somewhere in there to anchor as well. Hopefully it's not too busy. Yeah, it is very windy. I'm hoping it goes okay. I've got to try and slip the lines myself. It's too early for anyone to be around to help me, so I need to figure out a way to have the lines still on and for me to be able to slip without being thrown back in. I mean, if you look, I keep getting heaved up against the dock there. So yeah, I need to figure this out without trashing my boat. Wish me luck. Nothing under my keel right now. Zero. Oh no, I'm lying. No, I'm good. I looked at the speed, not the depth. I panicked for a second. Right, let's head out to the anchorage. Try and find a slot. Tomorrow's a bit less windy, so I'll head south tomorrow. For today, I'll just sit in this anchorage, I think. You know what? I've changed my mind. I've got a bit of wind. If I start heading south, it's going to be on my beam, so I might just head straight down to Carlisle Bay. Anchor is down. It's a fairly busy anchorage, not massively busy, but there was nowhere for me to get anywhere closer. Excuse the wind, it is blimmin' windy today. There's some pretty gnarly, it's an old pier just there. I've actually surfed, that break there is called Thunders. Just round the corner is Brandon's drill hall, where I surfed the other day. So I might go and have a little play on there. There's a surfer here actually, little surfers kicking around on the inside. Put the kettle on. Still a bit too early for lunch. So yeah, that's me. Since I decided to do this whole sailing thing, in my head it's been the thought of being able to jump off the back of my boat into crystal clear waters, sat in an anchorage. And so far, obviously, I've not had that. Bare Biscay, when I got to the other side, it was La Coruna. It was cold. I was in a marina. Finisterre, dirty water, floating crabs, swimming crabs. All the way down the Portuguese coast, just not inviting at all. Into Algarve. I got in at the Algarve to check the rudder, I had a wetsuit on, not great. All the way to Canaries, I got in the water in the Canaries just to clean the bottom of the boat. Again, wetsuit. I've not had a chance to do that dream until now. Here we go. even. Beautiful. This is it. This is it. Boat jobs today, servicing the winches. All right, I've already made a start, got the bearings out. This is an electric one. I've not done this one yet, slightly different. I've got other components in here that I don't really know how to strip, so I'll do the best I can, then I'll move on to this one. I serviced this one last year, and then the two bigger winches at the back there. I might leave those for the time being. It's a little bit grey today. I've already had a squall come through, so I'll probably just do these under the protection of the spray hood. My choice was correct to stay under the spray hood. That's the electric one done. Sounds so much better. The banana boat just had it. Looks like it went a little too quick on the corner. That little beach further in the distance over there is called Pebbles Beach, and you can see there are surfers there, so this little swell that's coming through must be working. I've always wanted to be able to jump off the boat and just paddle to a break. It is a bit of a paddle, to be fair, however, I'm going for it. And unfortunately, it was around about now that disaster struck, as I shall explain in a second. I've not filmed anything in about a week. The reason being, my GoPro brokened. The top button, the shutter button wouldn't work, so it turned on, but I couldn't do anything. And one of the most important clips that I wanted to film is Maddie arriving. Look at that beautiful sunset behind her as well. So, how long you been here? About a week. A week, yeah. Friday arrived. So, yeah, week. We've done a few bits and pieces, but like I said, I've not been able to film. Right now, I'm filming on just an action. They call it an action camera. It's just a cheap version of a GoPro. They don't have any GoPros on the island. But yeah, we've done bits and pieces, haven't we? What have we been up to?
We've done a lot of swimming.
Yeah.
Been to the beach a lot. Snorkeled. Seen lots of turtles. Went to a wreck, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Shipwreck was good. Yeah.
So I think what we're going to do, what day is it now? It's Friday. On Monday we're going to check out.
Yeah, to leave Tuesday.
Monday to leave Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then where are we going?
Grenada.
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 Grenada, I don't know what it is. We've got a bit of swell in the anchorage again today. I don't know if you can really see. It makes the anchorage pretty uncomfortable. You're not a fan, are you, Mad?
Not particularly, no.
But it also makes beaching the dinghy pretty treacherous. I'll try and show you in a minute. When we get towards the beach, you might be able to see the waves. We have to get the timing right, jump out of the dinghy pretty quick and drag the dinghy up the beach before we get flipped. The first day I done this on my own, very nearly flipped the dinghy. So let's see what happens. yourself ready to jump. There's the wave that we need at the time. One's coming behind us. That didn't go very well. Right, and then there's the wave straight behind. I can flip the dinghy. Maddie and I are on our way into Bridgetown to check out. You might have heard me say about going to Grenada. That was the plan, but now we are going to St. Lucia. Reason being, there is a possibility we might be going back to the UK. I might have a little bit of work, I might not. So we're just going to get to St. Lucia because there's a better marina to leave the boat and the flights are better. If we don't go back to the UK, then we head back south through the Grenadines and Curacao, and then Grenada. So we'll see where we go. But yeah, today we're checking out, and then tomorrow we shall depart for St. Lucia. That is us just checked out, immigration and all the rest of it. Had to pay the departure tax, which I totally forgot about. But that's us, so we're going to head back into town, do a couple of bits, have a bit of lunch, head back to the boat, and then get her ready for departure to St. Lucia. So when you're traveling, there's always people looking for lifts. Gran Canaria, there was absolutely loads. Wow, that fish just jumped. That was a big fish doing a big jump, and this is leading me on to what I'm about to say. So the other day we were sat in the cockpit of the boat, and there was a couple just come swimming, and I am, bearing in mind, I am a long way out in the anchorage, and they come to the boat, and they're the Dutch couple, Kev and Kim, lovely couple, and they're looking for a ride to Grenada or anywhere really, but their goal was Panama. It turns out, anyway, I wasn't sure what was happening. They've now got a ticket to Panama, but because he's flying, he needed to get rid of a certain item that I've been trying to get hold of for a while. Yeah, spear gun. Thanks very much, Kev. Really appreciate that, mate. And as coincidence has it, he is also a commercial diver. It doesn't happen often. It's quite a niche job. So yeah, thanks again, mate. I'm going to figure out how this works and probably shoot myself in the foot. I'm going to make sure Maddie's not swimming whilst I'm in the water with this thing. But that big fish that just jumped out, I feel like I need to go get him. I've just been setting up for downwind sailing. The winds aren't what the report says, so what I've been doing is showing Maddie the setup for poling out. So she's had the lines, we've set them up, coming back, the guy and the sheet, the pole's out. So we just done bare pole setup. You happy?
Yeah, always. Always.
There's a lot. I mean, Maddie doesn't sail. Maddie's not sailed before, so there's a lot going on, but I don't expect her to take it all in one go. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. So yeah, we're just going to finish setting up, pack it away, and then we are going to make our way to St. Lucia. Engine checks are done. Maddie helped me with those. Engine's on, been warming up. GPS is on. Sails are pretty much ready to go. I don't know, it's very close to the back of the boat. I thought I was going to be broad reaching, or maybe like later beam reaching, which would have been lovely. However, the pole is set up as I showed you earlier. I gave Maddie a quick run through because I've got a feeling we're going to be dead running, and the way the wind is at the moment and where I'm looking St. Lucia is, the wind is pretty much right up our bum. Never mind, I'll have a look when we get going. I'll get on the course and then I'll decide what we need to do. So at the moment, the next thing to do is up anchor. So I'm going to take Maddie through the procedure of up anchoring, weighing anchor. We weighed anchor successfully. We didn't film it because it was a lot of backwards and forwards, but Maddie done amazingly. We have set the sails. We are goose wing because typically it is right up our bum. It was meant to have been on broad reach or even beam reach later in the day, but we'll see what happens. So earlier, just putting the bare pole out, Maddie got an idea of all the lines, so she was a massive help when I was up front. She was slacking the lines for me, so she now gets the honor of doing the best part about sailing. Now to yay. Good morning. So very nice sailing night actually. So Maddie gets a little bit seasick, don't you? So she spent the night down below, which was great. You know, she got some rest, but it was pretty rolly, uncomfortable. So yeah, we're a bit tired. So there's St. Lucia. So not the best weather. We had a squall come through. Probably got about 2 hours to run to get around the north of the island, and then probably an hour and a half, 2 hours to get round into Rodney Bay. Maddie just brought the boat in. So here we are, this is our berth. This is our, I suppose, permanent berth. So yeah, I'm flying home to the UK tomorrow. We arrived, I've not slept last night, so I'm very tired. And then tonight we're gonna get an early night. Up tomorrow, pack the boat away, fly tomorrow night, back to the UK, yeah. The day after, the morning after, we're landing in UK, drive back to Weymouth, pick up my diving kit, and then drive back to the airport, fly to Norway and go offshore. So going to be a very tiring few days, I think, but anyway, the stressful bit is done. Moving the boat, getting the boat in, we're done. So I'm happy. I'm going to start packing the boat up and then we can have some much needed wine. Thanks for watching this episode, guys. Really hope you enjoyed it. Maddie has just disappeared to the toilet. See you later, Maddie. I'm not going to be posting any videos for a few weeks. Like I said before, I'm actually going back to the UK. Go on my Instagram, if not my Instagram, Weymouth to the World, all one word, and I'll post a video when I'm back and you'll have a bit of a better idea of when I'm going to carry on with the channel. We're super excited to get back to explore this beautiful island. So if you're not already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I shall see you all in a few weeks. Thanks for watching.